Welcome to the Week 5 update of the League version 2010. This is your Commissioner Steve Lorenzi speaking. Without further ado, let's get down to business. First matchup of Week 5 were the Bubble Burner versus the Samurai Pizza Cats. Cliff beat Shanika in this matchup 121 to 106. This point total for Cliff earns him the Owner of the Week award. Congratulations. His team was led by Ray Rice, 28 points. And Shanika had LaDainian Tomlinson going in the Monday Night Football game, needing 23 points for the win, and he only got her 8 points. I'm sure a lot of it had to do with, the weather. They had a 45-minute rain delay that evening. But in any event, she suffered the loss. Congratulations, Cliff, on a good win. Moving on, we have the two-time defending champion African Savage Sphinx, and they were taking on the Boeing 747. This game was not hosted in the city of brotherly love. There was a lot of shit talk going on between the two of these individuals, brothers, and this proved to be a nail-biter. 112 to 99 in favor of the African Savage Sphinx. George needed 35 points to tie, and he had Santonio Holmes and Nick Folk going into Monday Night Football. These two combined to score 9 points, they combined to score a point total that didn't net them the win. They still fell short by 13 points. Matt Forte for the Savage Sphinx scored 33 points. That was the high score for his team. The low score for the defending champ was Mark Clayton. He hurt his knee in the first quarter or sometime in the first half and was carted off. He's now on injured reserve. He only scored him 0 points that day. It should be noted that some of George's bench players, had they not been on the bench and been moved to the active roster, the tables may have turned and George may have earned a win. Most notably, had he put Brett Favre in instead of Bradford, different story. Provided he would have put Green in instead of Tolbert and Gresham in instead of Cooley, things would have turned out differently. But in any event, good win, Wagner. Congratulations. And George, better luck next time. Moving on, we have the El Barrio Latin Ballers taking on the Greatest Show on Paper. Josh wins this matchup at a score of 106 to 82, point differential of 24. This matchup, there was nothing the show could do. Injuries, bye weeks, low production from his regular players, just an off week. This gives Josh a 4-game win streak, and he's starting to get that motor going. He's taken over first place of the Smash Mouth division, and he too is the latest individual to contract BHS, better known as Big Head Syndrome. His team was led by Percy Harvin, 28 points, and the Greatest Show's low scorer of the week was Deshaun Jackson with only 2 points. Let's see now. The next matchup, the Monkey Knife Fighters, led by yours truly, faced off against the TC Exiled Sentry. I won this matchup at a score of 92 to 53. The point differential was 39 points, the widest margin this week, earning me the Blowout of the Week award for the second week this season. The GOAT of the Week award goes to none other than Phil. I know he's used to it by now, so I really don't have to say congratulations because it's a dubious honor and one that you're getting quickly accustomed to. Phil scored 53 points, lowest point total of the week. Congratulations to the both of us. Brandon Lloyd, 25 points. He's the high scorer for my team this week. Matthew Berry, aka the talented Mr. Roto, he writes for ESPN Insider, and he's an authority on all things fantasy, has been quoted as saying that Brandon Lloyd could go down this year as being the most successful waiver wire acquisition this season. Speaking of waiver wire acquisitions, Ryan Terrain, Mike Bell, Braylon Edwards, Danny Amendola, Nate Washington, these should be names that are very familiar to us. These should be names that are also very familiar to one Phil Craniker, as these were free agent and or waiver wire acquisition pickups thus far. It should be noted that all of these players that I've mentioned were on his active roster this week, and they combined to score just 4 more points than my Brandon Lloyd. Good luck on those waiver wire acquisitions. Lord knows you're going to get your shot. Number 1 waiver wire acquisition goes to the GOAT of the week, and you've earned it, buddy. 4-game losing streak. Congratulations. Keep it up. Let's see. Moving on, we have the Team Chucksters facing off against the Queens Gravediggers. The Chucksters managed to pull this one out. Charlie beats Will at a score of 80-55, point differential of 25. Will has now suffered his first loss of the season. He was the lone undefeated team going into this week, so all of us can have a toast. No more undefeated teams. I'm sure the 72 Miami Dolphins are out there raising their glasses on this one too. Sorry, Will. Congratulations, Charlie. Will trailed by 9 with Dustin Keller still to go in Monday Night Football. Charlie had the Jets defense. And like I said, undefeated no longer thanks to that defense. The Jets defense netted Charlie 17 points, lead scorer for his team this year. And Dustin Keller netted Will 1 point. Why not go with Witten? I mean, I know you're a Dallas fan. He definitely scored more than Keller did. But regardless, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. You lost by 25 points. When your kicker scores as much as your keeper, all-pro quarterback Peyton Manning, and your running backs combined, we have a problem. Vinatieri, it should be noted, was a kicker on the bench that also scored more points than these three individuals that I've just mentioned, the running back tandem that was active, and Peyton Manning. Disgraceful. Anyway, good job, Gravediggers. Even better job, Charlie. Congratulations. Our last matchup of the week were the New Rock Mafia Busters versus the Mount Vernon Chunky Bulldogs. This game was over by Sunday evening as neither team had a player going or active in Monday night's matchup. And it ended 62-59 in favor of Ken over the Yahoo Commish Mark. This score was, Ken won this by a point differential of 3 points. The slimmest of margins. This earns Ken the Close Call of the Week award. Kenny's team was led by Vernon Davis, the San Francisco tight end, with 16 points, and the Mount Vernon Chunky Bulldogs were disgraced by Anquan Bolden, no points. Malcolm Floyd could have been the difference maker in this game, wide receiver for the Commish. He had 28 wasted points on the bench. Wrapping it up, we have the owner of the week this week going to Cliff, the blowout of the week for the second week this season going to Steve, myself, that is. The close call of the week goes to Ken, and for the 4th week in a row, the GOAT of the week goes to Phil. We have standings, El Barrio Latin Ballers led by Josh, first place in the Smash Mouth, record of 4-1, and he's followed by the Greatest Show, the Samurai Pizza Cats, yours truly, the Bubble Burner, and the Exiled Sentry taking up the rear. On the other side, in the Run and Gun division, we have the Queens Gravediggers, 4-1, first place, and he's followed by the 2-time defending champion African Savage Sphinx, Team Chucksters, Mount Vernon Chunky Bulldogs, New Rock Mafia Busters, and the Boeing 747. It should be noted that I'd like to congratulate the Big Blue New York Giants as they shut down Houston, and I'm a little partial to the Houston running back as he leads my team and he leads the NFL in fantasy points, Arian Foster. They held him to 25 rushing yards, and although I never like to see that sort of production from my fantasy player, I always like to see that sort of production from my Big Blue New York Football Giants. So I'd like to say thank you to Perry Fewell, the defensive coordinator of the New York Giants, because last week proved not to be a fluke as they came right back into the same thing to the Houston Texans. I'd like to say big up to OCU Manura, who now leads the team with 6 sacks. He had 1 sack, 1 pass deflection, and 2 forced fumbles in this past week's game. Justin Tuck, 1 sack and 1 fumble recovery, and Hakeem Nicks, who's an absolute beast, 12 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This week coming, week 6, it's going to be myself versus Charlie, Wagner versus Cliff, George versus Shanika, Mark versus Sam, Josh versus Ken, and Will versus Phil. Good luck to everybody. Congratulations to all you winners. Condolences to all you losers. Waiver wires clear at 3 a.m. Wednesday morning, so be active. Try and improve your squads, and best of luck. Thanks for playing. Take care.